Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Tomo-chan is a girl episode number 5 reaction. Alright, the previous episode we get to see a bit of Misuzu. At first we get to see them trying to make Misuzu smile. However, Misuzu's not smiling, because she doesn't usually smile. And Tomo also kind of thinks like oh, they usually don't kind of like how friends do kind of hug each other and everything. They don't do stuff like that. So Misuzu, because she's not accustomed to all of that, she recommends Carol, and Carol keeps clinging to Tomo so much that Misuzu obviously gets frustrated at that and kind of is not happy about it and all that. But in the end they kind of make up, and yeah, Misuzu is like, all right, you know what, fine, go ahead, hug me or whatever. And it was funny to see when Tomo thought like doing that to Jun is okay, because he does it to her all the time. So when she tries to do it to Jun, like hug him from the behind, he gets very embarrassed and angry. He's like, oh, don't do that to me, I can do it to you but you cannot. Which pisses her off, and she just beats him up. Later on we also get to meet Tomo's mother, and we get to see her mom and the dad's relationship, how the dad is very shy type of a person, gets always gets knocked cold whenever the mom comes in, and yeah, stuff like that. And we get to see Tomo's view on that. Tomo thinks that that's kind of the dad is like that, she doesn't like that, but at the same time she's appreciative of the fact that whenever there's some trouble, dad always comes and helps mom out. So that thing, and all obviously in the end we get to that portion. Oh, we also get to see Misaki as well, like Misaki thanking Misuzu for being Carol's friend and completely sister zoning him, probably daughter zoning him, just complete. And not only that, in the end we get to see that section where Tomo kind of messes with a few of the ruffians over there, and they try to kind of get Tomo back. However, Jun is there, beats them up before they're able to do anything to Tomo, and Tomo could have easily handled them herself, but why bother when Jun is there? So that was the whole thing, and yeah, it was a cute episode. Let's see what happens today. Episode number 5. Let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's get started. Right, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. What? Oh. Oh. Okay. Well. Oh my god. She's like, oh, I mentioned it for the first time. Okay, let's see. Girls of the Olston family. Olston family. Oh, is that Carol's last name? We'll see her family. What the hell is that? Is that a map? Is that is that her house? Oh my god. Oh no, I think that's her house. Oh my, what? Oh, this is the mom. Whoa. Yes, exactly. Both have that cotton candy personality. Yeah, she's a girl. Oh no, stop. You cannot well, there you go. Oh no, wow. Oh great, that's fantastic. Today will be fun. Why is there such a big... What is she wearing? Yeah, this family is crazy. Yeah. She's gonna open it. Yep, I knew it. Oh my god. Damn, sparkling. Clean. Wait. Well, you didn't realize up until now? Yeah. Okay. Oh. Wow. Putting... Ah. Okay, Tomo's so confused. Tomo's like, wait, what? What do you mean by that? Will you? This place... Oh my god, why? She was eavesdropping? What's going on? That was awkward. Uh... Oh my god. Yeah? That's her way of showing love, you know. Come on. She's like, yeah, right. She's like, yeah, right. Okay. Okay, wow. She probably played it a lot. That's why she's so good. Oh, what about Misuzu? Can she fight? Can she win? Oh. Oh. Okay. Yeah, she probably played a lot. Alright. Oh boy. I don't know. Yeah. Oh my god. What? Ah, a feeling I won't give up. Oh, yeah. Okay. You forgot there's a test. All right. She's fine, I guess. Oh, why is she talking like this? Yeah. Ah, that's it. Oh no. 30. Kind of good. She was probably second or something. Oh, oh. Okay, well. um, well, because this is her expertise, you know. That since this is her expertise, you know, like studying. Yeah. Oh. Oh no, she probably did something. Oh my god. Wow. No, today she's going to study here. Yeah. Oh, is this a mom? She's like, wait a minute. Why is there another pair of shoes? Come on. Okay. Oh, that's a. Oh. Yeah, kind of. What? Wow. Oh. Oh, is it correct? Is she good at it? Damn, she's good. Yeah, what? Oh, she's a genius. Oh boy, she's. Yeah, okay, well. She has competition. She has competition now for the number one position. Oh yeah, I guess that's true. That's true. You know, you need to like to show the workout and everything. Hmm. Hmm. How much did you score? Okay. Hmm. Wait, how much did you score? Yeah, she'll be fine. I'm thinking, how much did he score? She scored before. 70. Oh my god. Oh no. You are in no way will be able to follow Misuzu to her school. Wait, you fell down. You were 30 before. One? Wait. Wait, who got first? Oh, All right. Winners 11. What's a football game? Hmm. Oh, gamer kid. Hey, what the? What? I understand now why he mistook her for a boy. Gamer kid. Um. Okay. Wait, we still haven't seen Jun's parents, I think. Yeah. Mm. Don't. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, you're going to the same place, so. You're going to the same place! Ah, alright, I guess. Okay. Yeah. Oh boy. Come on, say the whole thing. You're gonna be playing games. What? He's pretty calm about this. It's like, yeah, she'll probably be gaming. He knows. Wait, mom is not here? Oh my god. Oh my god. Now, every now and then. Wow. Take shower. My god. Oh, she's out. Oh boy. Oh boy. A mosquito. Mosquito, you know. You're actually right for the first time, but I doubt she's going to realize that. Yeah, just great. This is the thing. He recovers too fast. What the? Why? You don't play football like this? A video game? Wow. Yeah? He's too distracted. Oh boy. Gamer kid. Gamer kid, what the hell is that? Uh, it's awkward. He just. Oh, it's only 9 p.m. Okay. Stay up late. Wait. Wait. How old are you guys? Wait, how old are these? Wow. Wait. Okay, there you go. Hmm. It's been probably been a while that he. Oh boy, he's asleep. Yeah. Oh well. Is he actually asleep or is he? Wait, stop. Wait, what? He's asleep. Yeah. Oh my god, he's using his wrestling moves. Okay, well, that was fantastic. She probably didn't sleep that night. What happened? Did he fall? Oh god. Ah. What? Wait, did he like forget? He forgot. He forgot. Yeah, there you go. Wow. Oh boy. 1 week. Okay. Oh boy. Like this is the thing about Jun. he gets embarrassed and he's too quick to recover. Like he's like he suddenly gets embarrassed and then he's suddenly like, oh, okay, everything's fine. It's just completely like a normal face again. Like it's so fast. He's so fast to recover. That's why Tomo never realizes that he also gets embarrassed. Like it happens in like a flick of a finger. He gets embarrassed and bam, he's like calms himself down completely in a few seconds. Oh boy. Okay, that's it. So that was episode number 5, I think. Yeah, episode number 5. So here we actually get to see quite a few new characters. Not new characters, I would say, but a few newly introduced characters like Carol's mom, also Misuzu's mom. So yeah. Okay, so in the beginning, the first thing we see is Carol just being like, "Oh, you guys will come to my house today. This day." And at first, almost like, "Wait, Mitsuzu, you are such good friends with her that you're actually, like made plans to hang out." And she's like, "I don't know anything about this." And Carol is like, "Yeah, I never told you guys. Now is the time I'm telling you." And they start squeezing her cheeks. That was kind of funny. Okay, so here we see them going towards the place, the designated place. She made a little map, a nice little map for them, and yeah, it's a huge mansion. It's an big mansion. Like the whole place is like this huge. The mansion is way down the like down inside, and half of the place is like a garden or like the passageway. So it's crazy, like this big gate and everything. And yeah, it's wild, this whole place. Now they were standing there, in comes Carol's mom, and immediately after looking at her and the way she's talking and everything, they're like, yep, this is Carol's mom. And she has that way of speaking, like that thing, what do you call that, like the way people who speak English, like people from the like from outside Japan, who speak English, the way they talk, they have like a what's that word, like this, like a way of speaking, that whole way they kind of talk, like half English, half Japanese, that way, like they have that dialect or whatever you call it, the way of speaking, that one, like that way she's talking like that. So I'm kind of curious, how did Carol have this good, how can she talk this good Japanese while her mom, I guess probably because Carol is like learning Japanese from her childhood, I guess. However, her mom, I don't know, is more accustomed to English, and then she probably came to Japan. Is that why? I think. So I'm not sure, but anyways, her mom has that thing, that way of speaking. However, Carol is fluent in Japanese. You've seen her. She's quite fluent in it. So that's kind of interesting. However, her mom is like, "Oh, you guys, are you bad people? Who are you? What are you doing here?" And when she realizes they're their friends, the first thing she says, like, "Oh, you were, do you have something other in mind?" Points at Tomo, thinks that he's a boy, she's a boy, but then realizes that she's a girl, and then she's like, "Oh, okay, come in." This is the thing. Everyone assumes that Tomo is a boy. I guess probably because she's quite tall, she wears like shirts and jeans and everything. So that is why. And people don't usually, like kind of realize that, and then they realize, oh wait, you're a girl. So yeah, and Tomo's like, what the hell is this? And Misuzu's like, what are we doing here? Should we go home? But Carol's mom is, like I said, like that cotton candy personality, similar to Carol. She's going in and she's like, this place, is so big that it sometimes get lost in it. Hopefully today I don't get lost. Haha. Come on, you guys, follow me. And then they're following her, and I love this part where she gets inside the house, and Cal is like, welcome back, mommy. And mommy's like, I'm home, Carol-chan. And they hug each other. I don't know what the hell Cal is wearing, like a bunny pajama. What is that? Oh, she's just, I love Carol. Carol is amazing. She's just too precious, and yeah, like they're like hugging and everything. And then she comes and hugs Tomo as well. When she tries to hug Misuzu just grabs her face and she's like, don't do that. I've told you multiple times, don't do that. And she's like, oh, similar braids. We have both tied her hair up. And she just immediately takes out her braiding and just pulls out her hair. And she's like, there you go. I prefer this one. And yeah, here's one thing I'm kind of I really like one thing about this show in itself. I don't know what to say, but I love Misuzu's hair. It's like I don't know, it's weirdly realistic. I don't know how to explain it, but Misuzu's hair is weirdly realistic. Like, I don't know exactly, probably the way her hair is always kind of untidy, like kind of like, one or two hair is like sticking out here and there. Like every time you see, even when she's like, she's bound up her hair like this, and her hair always has that one or two strands kind of like, kind of out there. And I feel like it gives it a more realistic feel. Like, I don't know, like usually anime hairs are just, like you have like a hairstyle, it's like completely plain, sticking in one direction or something. However, her hair looks weirdly realistic, and I really like it. I also like this is the same hairstyle she had in the manga as well. I always liked her hairstyle. That is probably why, because it's kind of realistic. It's not like everything is just completely plain. Her hair is like it's like ups and downs, and it also is like a few strands here and there, just outside, just there. Like kind of gives it a more realistic feel, like a normal hair is. Kind of one or two are sticking out usually, that type of feel. Anyways, enough about her hair. But yeah, so they get inside her house, her room, and Carol's room is shining. It's crystal clean, beautiful decorations, like nice little bed, princess bed, I think you call them. I'm not sure what you call them. I probably think they're called princess beds. And Carol is like, Tomo's like, wait, are you a princess? And she's like, yeah. And Misuzu's like, stop it, she's just rich, and that's all. And then she shows her album photos, and we can see like Carol from a very young age, and all the pictures she has a ribbon on her head. And I have to say, these pictures are beautifully taken. Like, who was the cameraman? Like, it's so beautifully taken. The dad must be the cameraman, I'm not sure. But like like that picture, you can see where she's like in front of like a road, and there's like a few cherry blossoms. Like, look at that picture. Everything matches so well. The cherry blossom pink color with her backpack that is pink, her pink ribbon, and like it's like very, what can I say, like the photo is very nice. It came so nice. Like, props to the cameraman. Like, beautiful pictures. And she's like, oh, I put on the what's that, the ribbons, because mom told me that I'm like a pudding, and the ribbons are like the cherry on top of the pudding. And I'm like, yeah, like that's the thing. She like like you can call her cotton candy, pudding, anything can match. She has that type of a very cotton candy like personality, like it's always floating around, that type of personality. It's such an interesting personality. I feel like I don't think any anime character has a personality like Carol. I don't think I've ever seen. I probably have seen a few, one or two characters. I don't remember their names, but I do remember. I remember seeing characters like Carol who have, like, she doesn't have like a proper character archetype. She's just this floaty type of personality, which is just pure eccentric and just unusual, and it's very wholesome. And yeah, whenever someone calls her cotton candy, I'm like, yep, that's exactly what she is. She's like a cotton candy. And yeah, she's like, oh, because I'm a pudding, and my, like, my mom said, like, the cherry on top of the pudding, that is. Okay, so Mrs. is like, oh, I'm going to the toilet, and she tries to leave, and the mom is just outside waiting. This part was funny because she starts going to the washroom and the mom is following, and she's like, what are you doing? Why are you following me? And she's like, oh, you were mean to Carol-chan previously, weren't you? and and she's like, oh, are you a bad girl? And Mrs. is like, oh, is this what is going on? And she goes close to her and she's like, if I said I'm friends with her for the money, what would you do? I love how Carol, like Carol's mom just starts laughing here. She's like, ah. Yeah, okay, let's go. Okay, I'm pretty sure she laughed here because she realized that she's joking, obviously. And I think Carol's mom was probably joking here. The whole thing where she said that, oh, like, are you a bad girl? That was probably a joke. That's her style of saying a joke. And when she realized that Misuzu was trying to kind of act tough here and say something like this, so she started laughing. She's like, oh yeah, sure. Like, I don't think you're that type of a person. So yeah, let's go. So I think that's why she started laughing there. And Misuzu's like, oh my god, like, what the hell? I felt like I just lost at something. Anyways, so Carol brings the Othello and plays with Tomo. She wins. Misuzu comes in. I thought Misuzu was going to win because, she's usually kind of smart. But Carol wins again. I guess probably Carol played this game a bit too much. That's probably why. And I love how Misuzu's like, oh, you both mom and daughter, you both make me angry. Anyways, they had a nice time, and they're saying each other goodbye, and they're like, oh, like, meet you at school. And Carol's mom hugs Tomo, and she's like, oh, come again sometime. Looks at Mrs. and says like, you as well. Hugs her, and she's like, yeah, I don't know whether I would come or not. And then she's like, oh, the last one is Carol-chan. Yeah, come, let's hug. And they leave. That was funny. Her family's wholesome, very wholesome. Like, her mom is just completely like Carol. Okay, so next scene we see Tomo is a little bit in trouble. She, like, exams are coming. She didn't know that. She forgot about it, and she doesn't have any studying done. So she's like, oh, like, Misuzu, like, help me. And Misuzu's like, all right, fine, I'll teach you. And Carol, I don't know what the hell she did here. She was like speaking in a weird way. She's like, wait. She's like, oh, can I come too? They get surprised. She's talking like a robot. Misuzu is like, please stop talking like that. Alright, Jun comes in, and I was surprised here as well, just like how Tomo was surprised as well, because usually when Jun comes and calls them, and they try to stick Tomo together with him. However, this time Misuzu is like, oh, like, how much did you score? And he was like, oh, 30. What about it? And she's like, oh, I scored first. So yeah, there you go. So Tomo was surprised. Tomo was like, I thought you were going to just try to stick me together with him. But then Misuzu was like, oh, like, let me have one or two things. So obviously you can see, like, she probably prides herself of, like, her school academy, like, score. And because she's first, she probably has a good pride in it, and that is why this is like one part she's actually winning in. So she doesn't want that to be, like, handed over to June as well. So that is why she was like, yeah, let me have this one at least, because this is her area of expertise. And okay, so after that they go to her house, and I was thinking if we're going to meet her mom or something, but yeah, we also met her mom. So this part was funny where Tomo's like, oh, it's been so long I was here, like, I wonder why we stopped coming. And Mrs. is like, yeah, you don't remember that you broke everything in my house, you cannot sit still at all. That's how, like, constantly, like, like, just you're doing everything and anything, just breaking stuff, and like, please don't do that this time. And while they were having this conversation, the mom comes in. She gets surprised looking at the shoe, and she's like, wait a minute, Misuzu has a boyfriend. Okay, and she comes in and she sees that it's just Tomo. At first she's so surprised. She's like, Akemi? Because she looks completely like her mother now. And she's like, oh no, I'm her daughter. She probably felt so surprised. She was like, wait a minute, what's my friend doing here wearing a school uniform? What the hell is going on? But then she realized, oh wait, that's just her daughter. So yeah, this kind of shows that how long it has been that Tomo has come here, but she wasn't able to recognize her. She thought that, oh, that's the mom. And then her mom was like, oh wait, you're Tomo. And she goes close to her. She's like, oh, you do look like her. Please don't grow up to be her like her. Oh my god. Okay, so you can probably see she has like some kind of a, what's that word, like a something going on with her mom, like a I don't know what, but like a friendly rivalry kind of thing, I guess. And it's kind of interesting to see that Tomo, however, Tomo and her daughter, that is Misuzu, they, unlike, they have a good relationship with each other. Unlike probably both the moms, I think they probably have this friendly rivalry or something. And Carol just comes close to her face and she's like, nice to meet you, my name is Carol. And she's like, most people don't get this close while meeting someone for the first time. She's like, you look as cute as Misuzu-chan. Oh, okay, wow. Carol, you're crazy. She's so surprised. She's like, who is this girl? What the hell? Who says that to a random stranger? And starts grabbing her cheek and pulling it. Oh boy, mom and daughter are of the same opinion. They're like, she's like, yeah, I'm not a big fan of this girl, at least. Anyways, they go to her room and they start solving equations and stuff. And we see Carol is pretty proficient in this. She doesn't really, like, properly do it, but in her head, she's like instantly able to do some way or the other all the, like, answers she's able to get. And obviously, Misuzu says something in like good here. She's like, this won't work in school. You need to show the workings and stuff. And you can get the answers quicker, but it won't work. And it's kind of fun to see because later on in the later part we see she scores more than Misuzu. She probably learned from Misuzu here how to do the workings and stuff, and improved on that and got a better score than her, because she instantly calculates the answer. That's like her talent or whatever. She's good at it. So after learning how to do the workings, she probably applied that as well and got scored more marks than Misuzu. That's crazy. Anyways, so okay, after that they start studying, and we see Tomo says like, oh, thank you so much, Misuzu, if I'm able to do like this, study like this, I might be able to follow you to your college as well, the higher studies. And Misuzu was kind of moved by hearing that, and Misuzu's like, oh, wait, you want to go to the same college? And she's like, yeah, like you're my best friend. That's why I like I kind of followed you to this school. I plan to follow you to the other school as well. And Misuda was kind of like happy about it. And I love how Cal is like, wait, what about me? Anyways, next day, marks are out. Tomo has done pretty well. 70 up. That's like like a good thing for her. She was usually kind of in the lower levels, and June kind of did a little bit worse than the previous time. I think 50 or something. And Misuzu congratulates Tomo, and then then she's like, what about you, Misuzu? And she's like, oh, I'm second. Who is first? Carol. Like I said, Carol probably wouldn't be able to score this much because, like Misuzu said, that you need to show the workings out in school, especially in school. You cannot do it like that. But after she learned it from how to do it from Misuzu, she probably improved her skill and was able to get better marks than her. Now, it's so funny that again she lost to Carol. She's like losing everything against Kelly, the Othello and everything. It's crazy. Like she's actually like a good competitor to her in these things. Okay. Anyways, next part we get to see where Jun invites Tomo to hang out and play games. At her house, at his house, because they used to do that before. And we kind of get a little bit of the past where we see how Tomo used to call him gamer kid. Like, oh my god, what the hell, gamer kid? Yeah. And she immediately accepts, and then it dawns on her that, wait a minute, like I'm actually going to his house. And obviously immediately Carol and Misuzu grabs onto her, and they're like, oh, don't you dare refuse him. Sit down, let's have a talk, because these two want to stick together, June with her, so that's why they're trying their best to make best of the situation. So yeah, there you go. Later on, Tomo says that she'll meet June at his house, and like before going there, she at first goes to her house and tells the mom. The mom immediately like reacts. She's like, oh wait, is it really happening? And she's embarrassed. When she tells the dad is like, oh yeah, fine, sure, go ahead, yeah. And just that, because obviously the dad is way more accustomed to Jun, like he's like a son to him, I guess. You see, like like in the judo, I think yeah, that the judo, like like the training area, he every day goes, like trains there. And that is why like Tomo's dad is very accustomed to Jun. Like he's like another family member to him, kind of like that. That's why, like as soon as she said that, oh, I'm going to Jun's place, he's like, oh yeah, okay, sure, why not, go ahead. That's it, nothing else. This is a good thing, like their families are just so chill with each other that there won't be that whole father thing, like, oh, like father will be like the parents problem thing. If someday they actually start like going out with each other, they won't have that parent problem where the parent will be like, oh no, I won't allow this or something. There won't be that problem, at least. They're very good friends. So that's the thing. And anyways, she goes to Jun's place, and she realizes when Jun says like, oh, mom is not here, mom will come tomorrow. And she's like, oh my god, like what the hell, what am I supposed to do now? So anyways, they start eating, like like they eat curry, like Jun made a little bit of curry. And like then she's like, oh, I'm going to go to the bath. And Jun's like, yeah, go ahead, I went to the bath a few minutes ago, so quickly come out and we'll play. This part was funny, where she at first thought of having a little like dip, but after she realized that Jun bathed in the water, she was like, oh no, I'll take a shower. Still, her curiosity gets the better of her, where she tries to get inside of the bathtub, but then Jun starts screaming. Jun is like, what are you doing, why are you taking so long? And yeah, she comes out. So there you go. Now, like I said, this is the interesting thing about like Jun, is that he acts normal too much, like you can see he's also embarrassed. You can see like when he was like waiting, he's just waiting, just slaps his face a little bit. Tomo comes in and Tomo's like, wait a minute, why do you slap your face? And he's like, oh, it's nothing. Everything's fine. And he gets embarrassed, but he recovers too quickly. Like in a matter of second, he recovers. And that is exactly the reason why Tomo's not able to realize or understand that he's also someone who gets embarrassed in these situations. Because you've seen Tomo say before that, oh, he doesn't even look at me like a girl because he never gets embarrassed about anything. He's like very calm and cool about everything. That's not the thing. He also gets embarrassed, but the thing about him is he recovers too fast. Like where a situation where Tomo will probably take at least like 30 seconds to recover and she'll probably blush within that time. Jun takes 2 or 3 seconds to blush and then recover just in a matter of seconds. He's like that. He's this instant. Like a switch. He just flips in and he completely becomes normal again. That type of thing. So that's him. That's Jun. And we've seen him kind of show his feelings and emotions multiple times before as well. However, he recovers too fast and brings on his poker face completely. And he does that. Immediately he does that here. He slaps his face a little bit and then he's like, I'm fine. It's okay. And here Tomo kind of thinks. Tomo's like, is Jun actually conscious of me too? She thinks that, but Jun, like I said, recovers quickly and just immediately goes and grabs onto Tomo and he's like, oh, let's play. And there you go. Here Tomo immediately thinks like, oh, obviously not. Look at him now. But no, she was correct. She was correct. He wasn't unconscious of her. But at the same time, he recovers too quickly. And that is why all the time, whenever Tomo feels a few things that, oh, he's probably embarrassed, he just backs down on it because he thinks that no, if Jun is acting this normal, then he was not embarrassed. But that's not the thing. He recovers too fast and he also becomes, he go back to his normal self again and acts very normal with her next scene. So that is why Tomo is not able to realize that. Either way, he starts playing with Tomo and video game. And again, a certain a section where they both get embarrassed is where Jun was trying to I don't as they usually do, squabble around. He tries to do that and they get in a interesting position. And then they both get embarrassed and then again recover Jun. However, they're like, okay, what should we do? It's kind of late. I'm thinking, how old are they? They say Tomo's oh, 10 o'clock. I can keep awake way more than 10 o'clock. And Jun is like, oh, I can stay awake up until 12 o'clock. And Tomo's like, wait, 12 o'clock? That's literally the next day. How can you do that? This is the conversation 10-year-olds have, when you brag in your when you go to your school and brag to your friends and you're like, you know what, guys, yesterday I was awake up until 12 o'clock, and everyone's like, oh my god, that's amazing, nobody has done that. That stage in your in your childhood. I'm sure everyone went through that stage. I remember being fascinated at all the adults in my house. We're thinking about how they're able to stay awake after 12 o'clock, because after 12 o'clock all the time I tried to stay awake, and however I fell asleep, and I was like, how do they do that? After 12 o'clock, how do they stay awake? I always used to think that. And they're having this conversation here. I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, how old are they? Are they 10 or 12 or something? I've seen 10-12-year-olds talk about stuff like this, I don't know, I have no clue. I was awake up until 12 o'clock. And the other person is so surprised. They're like, wait, really? Wow, that's amazing. I never done that before in my life. I always fall asleep, after 10 p.m. It's crazy how you were able to do that. And that type of thing, And Tomo says, don't underestimate me. I once stayed up until 11:30. Jun is like, that's all? I have stayed up until midnight before. Wow. A round of applause, guys. He's the ultimate. Yeah, he did a crazy thing. Stayed up until midnight. Tomo's like, wait, midnight? That's the next day. He's like, it's not a big deal, you know. At 10 p.m. they feel they start feeling asleep. Yeah, I'm really yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, yeah, this conversation was interesting. I've never seen. I think they're probably, how old are they? Like 17, 16, 18? Maybe 17. They're probably 17 or something. Still, I don't remember at the age of 17. I don't think talking like this. Like, oh, I woke up, like, I kept awake up until 11 or 12. That was not a thing. Like, like, so I'm really curious why they were bragging about being awake up until 12 at this age. Anyways, they probably never did. I'm guessing they probably are, like, since they are more of the athletic type, they usually go to sleep quick and wake up early in the morning and do, I don't know, like some, probably like goes out to jog and stuff like that. That is probably why they never did that before, and that's why they were like making, like, like trying to brag against each other, and they were like, yeah, you know what, I stayed up until midnight and stuff like that, because they usually don't do that. They fall asleep quick and wake up quicker, that type of thing. I'm guessing that's why. Either way, but this conversation was so funny. I loved them kind of bragging against each other, who stayed awake more late at night. Anyways, they go to sleep, and Tomo's like on top of the bed, and he's like, underneath. And Tomo here is like, oh, have you fallen asleep or something? And are we really going to go to sleep? And she gets up and she sees that June has kind of fallen asleep, grows close to him, and she's like, oh, this is his ear, like, kind of touching his ear and everything. She grabs his nose and starts choking him. I'm like, what are you doing? Jun, she's laughing. She's like, this is kind of fun. Jun grabs her hand and jumps up and like puts her in like a hold, and there falls asleep. And like this, she also fell asleep. And I love how Jun wakes up in the morning. He sees the whole scene, gets very, like, like rattled, and just tries to run away, falls on his face. Tomo wakes up, doesn't realize what's going on, and she's like, wait, you were sleeping like this? What a weird posture, haha. She goes home. While going home, she realizes that, oh my god, that just happened. A little bit of a rage reaction, but still, she realized what the hell happened, and she realized that, like, she fell asleep on the same bed. And for a few weeks, that persisted. She was kind of like, embarrassed. However, Jun is like Jun, like I said, Jun recovers quick. That's why he had a very normal face throughout the whole thing. However, Tomo was obviously embarrassed. And yeah, and Carol and Misuzu was just looking and smiling at them, and that's where it ended. A very cute episode. We got to see a lot of family members in this episode. Carol's family member we saw, Carol's mother, Misuzu's mom we saw, and we did get introduced to Tomo's mom before. However, we again got to see her here in this episode again, and we also got to see the dad. And I was thinking maybe we were going to meet Jun's mom and dad as well, but Jun's mom was out, so maybe in the future we'll meet her, not now. Either way, yeah, that was a nice episode. And yeah, we had a lot of Carol, we had a little bit of Misuzu, and we had a lot of Jun and Tomo as well. So yeah, that is it. Thank you for watching, guys. This was my reaction to episode 5 of Tomo-chan is a Girl. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know, and I'll check them out. That is it, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next week with another episode of Tomo-chan is a Girl. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.